I am live. Hey there, friendlies. Welcome to another live stream, another Beer Blaze and Bushcraft. Oh, I'll be right back. Okay. All right. That's better. I probably should have washed this before doing this, but there we go. All right. I'm representing with my LT Survival t-shirt, right? First time I'm wearing it. Oh, I should have washed it first. It's okay. It's going to be great. I'm sweating like a pig anyway, so it's getting washed. So, that being said, I'm dropping in stuff, eh? There we go. All right. So okay, I'm dropping a little bit. I'm dropping the signal a bit, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. I got a brew for tonight, but I'm not going to open it until there's a few more people on. Just making sure it's Tuesday. Sorry, guys. So what do I want to talk about? I've got a few things to talk about. A couple of things. It's not going to be rocket science tonight by any stretch, but maybe, just maybe, we'll have a good time. I gotta stretch my damn joints out a bit. I'm feeling a little fat because it's the missus's birthday today, so I'm full of cake. We had supper and cake before I came down here. The girls are watching a movie. If the wife is still awake when they're, hold on, Winter's Ranger can't see me. I don't know what's up with that. Really? That's better now. Can you hear me? Try reloading. Okay, I'm going to stop and I'm going to start again, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, and I think I'm back. Who can see me now? Anyone? This is a great way to start a live stream, eh? Anyone see me? Am I live? What? It's not a great way to start things off. Hi, Scott. Hey, Anthony. Okay. Okay, so it seems that I've fixed whatever the problem was. As I was saying when I first started, I'm representing my LT Survival t-shirt tonight. I am wishing that I had washed it before putting it on, because it's a little itchy, but as I said, it's a hot night, so I'm sweating like a pig. So it's getting washed right now. It's disgusting, I know. It's terrible. Aside from that, I'm checking something here. Whoops. Just checking something here. I'm just seeing because I'm worried if Winter's Ranger can't see me. So I'm just verifying that, like, I'm actually, you know, I'm online. I'm online. I don't know what's going on. I don't get it. No, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's weird. No. I don't know. Scott, good man. I like it. Representing. I'm happy about that. I have as well. I've been wearing mine a lot too. Anyone have a drink tonight? I brought something from Ontario, which I cannot get here, so I'm excited to open it up. But I'm not going to open it quite yet. I did this week, I put up a blog post about my gloves. How many of you guys actually check out my blog? My WordPress blog. Zach, what you got? What you drinking, Zach? All hail the ale indeed. What you got? I just followed Zach's Instagram this week. It's weird, man. There's a lot of lag between what happens here and what happens on the screen over here. Oh yeah, so as I was saying, so yeah, I put a glove review on my blog, and I'm gonna do a follow-up video review, probably either when or just after my camping trip with my daughter at the end of August. Oh, Scott, meds. What are you medicating for? What's wrong with you, man? Just seeing if I'm just making sure I'm not missing out on convo here. No, I'm pretty much on top of everything. 3 people on. Mead, yeah, man, homemade mead. Yeah, here in Quebec, we make a lot of mead, for as long as the bees last. There's a mead that I drink a lot called a medieval, essentially. I do like mead quite a bit. I see it as an after supper thing, or you know, like a drink before bed, you know, like a nightcap thing more than anything else. I'd like to try making it though. Is it hard? How long does it take to make a batch of mead? Because I take it you make a lot at a time, like a few jugs or something, right? Hey, Tyler. You drinking something, Tyler? I got a beer that I can't wait to show you guys. Zach is drinking homemade mead, which impresses the hell out of me, let me tell you. So who we got? We got Scott, Anthony, Zach, and Tyler. So I guess we lost Winders Ranger. Yeah, he was having a hard time seeing me, so, like connecting, so I don't know what's going on with that. It's too bad. I restarted, but I don't think I don't think the problem was on my end for once. You know. Okay, Tyler. Oh, Tyler, I keep forgetting that you're younger than I think. Wait, how young are you, Tyler? He ain't answering. He doesn't want us to know. He's like, I ain't telling you shit, y'all. I mean, stuff. There I go with the bad language. I keep trying to keep it family friendly. Them dirty ass words just keep slipping out. 18. Oh. Okay. Yeah. In Quebec, the drinking age is 18. Which is why every single weekend, this city fills up with kids from Boston. Yeah, the legal drinking age in Quebec is 18. Oh, Winders Ranger, good. Ace T7, hi. Winders, I'm glad you got it to work. I was wondering what was going on, because I restarted and it was fine. The couple of guys were already seeing me, so good. Oh man, it's stinking hot. It is stinking hot. I'll tell you that 2 more times. It is stinking hot. It is stinking hot. I'm not loving it. I don't even like it. I don't really have anything to show you guys. I'm just looking down, like, I like it when I was like, hey, here's something new. Zach stops fermenting after 2 to 3 weeks. We wait at least 2 months to get rid of the fresh alcohol taste. Okay. Winders, you sent me an email just now? 92. So that's what, the 30s somewhere? Anthony, no, I haven't. In fact, I wanted to talk about that. I kind of feel that, like, when I was pricing them, I was like $250, then I was like, nah, maybe $3, and then I went back to $250. But I think that for this first run, for you guys who hang out on the live streams, if you want one, just pay me whatever you want. Like, if you pay me 50 cents, it's gonna hurt to send it, because it cost me like $1 to send it. But you know, just because I didn't feel right about laying a price on them at first before even really asking if anyone was all that interested. So yeah, so if you guys want them, I put a PayPal link down at the bottom there, and just, you know, just pay me whatever you want. Winders, send an email about 6:30ish. Okay, I haven't seen it yet. I bought something for the house on Kijiji, so after work I hauled ass over there. I came back. It's the wife's birthday tonight, so we had a supper, and then we had cake, and I'm down here and I'm gonna be drinking beer. But anyways, I'll check that when I get back, and yeah, good. I'll definitely be interested to see what you have to say, because I'm open to that concept. I think that would be a good concept. I think all of us who are creators should be showing each other's stuff off as much as possible. We get a community going. So is it time for, wait, AST7, is it hot or are we becoming less tolerant? No, AST7, man, the world's burning up. We done killed it, and now we're paying for it. So is it time for me to show off my new brew? I'm just gonna say brewer, which is halfway between brew and beer. I hate that when I'm I'm giving her, man. I've got a word coming out and then I change my mind halfway through. It's like, you know what? Don't change your mind halfway through. If you start the word, follow through with it. So yeah, I got a beer from Ontario. Grindstone Amber Ale from Broadhead Brewing Company, which is in Ottawa, I think. Brewery and beer handcrafted in Ottawa, Ontario. Brew notes: rich amber color, caramel overtones, balanced bitter-sweet finish, IBU of 25, SRM, I don't know what an SRM is, of 12. 473 ml, 5% alcohol by volume. It's an ale. How many of you... Start again. How many of you guys know the difference between beer and ale? The Broadhead business plan: build small brewery, brew tasty beer, sell some, drink some. Grow large beards, quit your day jobs, hire all of our friends, make a rap video. Jeez, I want to work there. Scott, below the video, like in the show notes, there should be it should just say like stickers and then have a URL. Just click there. That's my PayPal linkage. And then put your address in the PayPal. How did I make this big a mess without even drinking anything? Excuse me. Brought a beer back all the way from the next province over. Throw some of it on the workbench, because, you know, why not waste, right? Tabernouche. Hold on. Hey, Hamza. Winders. Okay, yeah, I'll send something out to you like pronto, and I'll answer your email with my address tonight. So traditionally speaking, ale has been malted. You know, it's it's grain, the usual grain, and as soon as you add hops, it becomes beer. I don't know if that's still true though. I don't know if that's still like a true, but in like medieval England, that's what the difference between between ale and beer was. There we go. What? Hold on. Hold on, my computer's going nuts here. Stop. I don't want my phone synced right now. Quit. What? There we go. So yeah, anyways. Well, the amber color's right, that's for sure. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got the caramel. It's there. It's sort of, it hits right after. Like it's the second taste it hit, and it doesn't punch. It's just this really soft pillow at the top of the taste. Yeah. Yep. I got the bitterness, but it's a sweet beer. Nice. Hey, Dr. Sharp is here. The technical difficulties are last week. Yeah, I had some starting up today too. It's like great. Since Hamza's here, I just wanted to tell you guys that he actually had a live stream. What day was it, Hamza? It was like a few days ago, and I hung out at it. It was a good, interesting live stream. I loved, like, Hamza, at the end when you sort of showed where you were sitting. I really liked that because I've never been there, and I want to see it one day, you know? Anyways, guys, so I just wanted to let you know that sometimes I think Hamza might be doing some live streams. It was like a test. I don't know, Hamza, are you gonna do it more often now? Was the test successful? Winders buying a t-shirt as well. Good thing, good man. I think you've got t-shirts to sell too, don't you, Winders? Scott, which design did you buy? The reason I went with that company is because I've bought the t-shirts from them before, and I've always found them to be higher quality than the places I've tried in the past. Okay, Winders, we'll talk about that as well. Because if I can do a live stream with a Winders Ranger t-shirt on at some point, then I'd like to do that too. Yeah. Hamza, you're working on your English? Your English is better than my Arabic, okay? So, all the power to you. So yeah. Oh, it's hot. Jeez, I'm like sweating. I'm in shorts. I'm in a light t-shirt, and I'm still like, eh. I remember I'm here complaining, and when Hamza was doing his live stream a few days ago, it was like, what was it, like 45 degrees? I would die. Hamza, if I ever do go to Tunisia, I'm going in like February, okay? Oh yeah, that was my first design. I still like that one. I do actually have an air conditioner upstairs. It's one of those things with the pump outside, and it goes and there's like a head at the top of our stairs on the second floor. It doesn't come all the way down here. In fact, when we moved in here, we had the first floor completely gutted and redone, and it changed the way the airflow happens. So now we kind of need a second one of those heads, but our pump isn't big enough for 2 heads. It's going to be expensive, and we'll do it next year or the year after. Hamza, you got a storm today. We had a bit of a storm yesterday, and it was really nice. It was really nice to have some rain, especially because, as I was saying, in fact, you guys in the States have the same situation in some states. We have like forest fires in Ontario, forest fires in British Columbia. Those are sort of the 2 big ones. You know, every summer we've got a few here in Quebec as well, because there's just been no rain, right? So if you get like a dry storm come through, lightning strikes, and there's no rain, boof, there you got a fire, you know? So it was really nice to have some rain coming through. Yeah, how do people usually say, oh, no R, February, right? February, right. And I think I didn't say it that way. I think how did I say it? February, I think. February. See, as soon as I start thinking about it, I start to mess it up. Février. Okay? Yeah, February is, yeah. I only realize this because I remember this conversation before. 2 guys were yelling at each other over the pronunciation of February, for God's sake. Good old beer. Good old paper towels. Got the beer up off the workbench. Speaking of workbenches, this one's coming along. I've got the tops cut down to size. I don't have the skirts cut down to size just because I forgot, but I've thickness planed everything. I haven't been filming it just because I want to get it done. But as soon as that's done, I'm going to be really, really happy. Pine. It might be spruce. It's like whatever's your typical 2x4. Why is this? I don't care if the podcasts are being downloaded. I don't care. Stop it. This phone is getting just a little ornery. Dr. Sharp. That fish thing is not quite true because that GH has to come in at the end of a word and things like that. But yeah, your point is legit. Simo's not here this week. That's true. Ace. I remember Cody built one that hung off the wall. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be a freestander with a welt down the middle. It's essentially my take on a Rubo, I guess. Except I'm starting it off as a Nicholson, right? No vices. It's all going to be one. It's all going to be hold fasts and holes. Hold on, I got to do something about this phone constantly. I don't know what to do. Oh, he did a freestander as well. I think I remember what you're talking about now. And didn't he base his on a Paul Sellers bench build? I think so. Okay. Trying to find somewhere to take your lathe to replace the power cord. Well, I envy you that you've got a lathe because I would love one. You should just be able to go to any electrician with that. Although then you have to carry your lathe. Is it a full size? Paul Sellers just did another bench build. He's changed his like location and everything, and he did another bench build, like a 6-part series. I would love to have half of that guy's skill with wood, with hand tools. You know, I look at these guys, even Wood by Right. You know, that guy's good with the tools. That guy, if he takes a handsaw, he's getting a straight line. If I take a handsaw, I'm hating life. You know, but I like the concept of using hand tools better than power tools, because it's like Paul Sellers once said, power tools are all about turning circular motion into linear motion. But, you know, so that by definition reduces like the nuance a bit. If you're using a handsaw, right? If you're like, if you got a handsaw and you're cutting, right? And you feel it start to go off the line a bit, you can, you know, like as soon as you feel it start to go off, you can bring it back, you know. But with a skill saw, or I guess a circular saw, by the time you feel it moving, it's already gone, you know. So that's why I like, you know, I like the hand tools better. Now here's a question: are you guys seeing me or hearing me? Because I keep getting this photos thing pop up. And it's irritating me in a massive way. But yeah, so that's why I wish I had half the skill with power tools that these guys do, you know? I mean, I'm working on it. I'm a lot better than I used to be. Oh, I gotta show you guys this? Hold on. Stanley is not what it used to be, but it's a saw for Camille. She asked me for a saw, so I got her a little one like this. It's not really a kid's saw. It's just it's small enough that. But you know what bugs me about this? Like you can even see it. It's hardened to the point where you can't sharpen this saw after it's done. You just have to throw away the blade. Oh. Yeah. Oh yeah. So where's LT Survival, man? I thought he'd get a kick out of seeing his T-shirt. Hey, and where's Sash tonight? What's going on? What's going on? But yeah, back to Ace. I would love at one point to build one of those wall hanging ones. I would love to. My aim is to put my workshop in the garage. What I have to do before, some of you know, is I have to put in, because there's no foundation, so the walls are shifting and the garage is essentially finished. It has to come down. But I was speaking to a contractor, the one who actually did our house. And he said, here's what we do, because you can't afford to put in a foundation, am I right? I said, hell yeah. So down along the bottom, it's all cinder blocks, so knock out every third or fourth cinder block. Pour a concrete floor right through where the cinder blocks were, so that they lock, right? That will stop the shift. That means I can then seal up the cracks and then work on like just saving what I got instead of knocking it down and restarting. Or knocking down an entire wall and building a new wall, you know? Yeah, that's true. Where's Outdoor Dauber? Simon said he wasn't going to be here. But where's Outdoor? Where's LT? I bet you they all went camping together or something. So yeah, once that's done, what I would like to do is put some framing up inside. Just bang it right into the cinder blocks. Spray it so that I can keep warm in the winter. And then I would like to clad the inside just with pallet wood. Just get as many pallets as I can, knock them apart, and you know, make the walls out of that. I think that would look really cool. Then I would put 2 big lights up for filming, so that I can eventually, and like put all my tools up with a French cleat system. I think that would make a really nice A, backdrop when I'm filming this, and B, it would just be nice to be in a place that I've made work so that I can build and do my projects and feel like, yeah, this is what I want to be hanging out in. My original plan was to put like a little wood burning stove in there, but in Montreal there's a progressive ban going on. So right now I think you can only put in pellet stoves. Actually, I think I've even missed that now. I think it's only gas. Hey, Paul's here. How's it going? Scott, you built a 9-foot by 4-foot workbench. Whew, where? That's a 5-footer, and it's going to be, I think, 27 inches across. Funny, as I do woodworking, I'm learning inches because all the books work in inches because they're all either British or... Hold on. I wonder if the... Why am I suddenly on low power mode? What's going on here? Hold on. Oh, I know what's going on. I got it. Okay. I think I've just solved 2 problems at once. Yep. I knew it. Quit. I don't care. Quit. How many of you guys have this book? Yeah, Scott, I think I'm going to leave. I'm going to have a workbench in here as well. Wow, the Abbotsford Air Show. I haven't been, man. I think I told you the last time I was there was when the MiG-29 was first there. Remember they flew an AN-229 in with a couple of helicopters and a couple of planes in, and it was escorted by 2 MiG-29s. MiG-29 was my favorite fighter jet for a long time. To those of you who don't know, I was in the Air Cadets, which is the youth wing of our Air Force. And every cadet has a favorite aircraft. Yeah, I think what my bench is like a split top Rubo or something. No, because Rubos have vices. It's a Nicholson that I'm building. I think it's called a Nicholson. It's got no vices. It'll have a hook on the end and just holes and holdfasts. Big, like forged holdfasts, because the stamped ones or whatever they snap too easily. Was it as late as '94? Yeah. But we used to go to the Abbotsford Air Show a lot, like every summer. I liked it. Paul, you actually win things in those Instagram contests. I never do. I answer, but... Wow, you got to climb into the cockpit of a MiG. Nice. Whoop. Damn it. Message retracted. I wanted to know about that. $89 seems more. Yeah. I got a beer from Ontario. The Grindstone Amber from Broadhead Brewing Company in Ottawa. It's a nice amber. Man, the cockpit of a MiG-29. Thing is, that was like the plane that scared the American Air Force for a while, right? Because it was all, we weren't talking about fly-by-wire like the F-16s and stuff were, We're still at 1 burp. But we're probably going to work our way up to at least 2 pretty soon. You like the Su-27s? Yeah, I used to really think that there was a certain flair to Soviet... Yeah, it did, Paul. It outperformed the F-14 massively, and it was with a previous generation of technology, right? Yeah. And it's funny because when we invaded Iraq, they had squadrons of MiG-29s. And I remember everyone being like, whew, the Air Force is going to have trouble. But as soon as the invasion happened, their entire Air Force went and parked in like Iran or something. So they never even lifted off the ground to go into combat, you know? Oh, the Sea Kings. Yeah. You know, the Sea King had a long and storied history in this country. By the time we sort of got to the end, it was time for them to be retired, but, you know. Yeah. It's funny, like, I see the current crop of equipment, and because it's not the stuff that I grew up seeing, I feel that it doesn't have, like, the same presence as the old stuff. But, like, Camille's generation is going to grow up with this generation of stuff, and they'll think that whatever is when, you know, when she's an adult, it's like, it wasn't like that when I was a kid, or when I was young. Oh, alright, Hamza. Alright, see you next time. And let me know when you're about to do another live stream. I want to watch it. And go to bed early. It's got to be like midnight there. Ah, it's too bad he had to leave. He's always got something interesting to say. But yeah. Zach. Oh, Paul, you're just waiting on supper? 2:37. Oh my god. Okay, have a good sleep. You know, at 2:37, guys, I'm like, I'm no. I get up at 6:30 every day to go to work, and that's not really early compared to what some people I know. But I go to bed pretty late, so yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired. Work is taking the crap out of me right now. Oh, how many of you guys watched that latest My Self-Reliance with the zero, with the goal zero, with the you know, the solar kit? I like that thing, man. I was about to like go and buy one until I saw that it was 3,500 US. But I think that something like that's where solar becomes exciting, because 10 years ago that kit would have been a lot more expensive, you know. I looked up the Tesla Powerwalls, you know, those batteries, and for 2 of them it's like 16 grand Canadian, which is so much more affordable than they used to be. Still, it's still a hefty chunk of money though. But I'm getting excited about where solar is coming from. No, I'm getting excited where solar is headed to in terms of pricing, because the technology is starting to mature now, right? You know, you've got panels with a much higher efficiency. The thing is, what's not going to come down in price probably is the converter, you know, the control box. That's where the serious money happens. So I won't be doing it anytime soon, but I'd like to add some solar to this house. I'd like to add some solar to the garage once I get it done. Once it's done, when I'm wiring it up, I'd like to add solar to it. I think that would make a massive difference. Because right now, unfortunately, the way the circuits are, if I have like, well, I used to have one of these little freezers in there, running all the time, because I kept my carving wood in there. But the thing about having that on was, if I started a power tool, I knocked out the back half of the house. Well, not the back half, but like kitchen and solarium and I think dining room. Poof. and the garage. So like my I'm gonna solarize the garage, A, as a proof of concept to show the wife that yes, this works, and B, because if I'm gonna have an actual workshop in there, I don't want to be blowing out the back of the house like all weekend, Though the comedy value in that would be pretty extreme. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. Just taking a look. Oh, excuse me. It's gonna be a rough week. Oh, little update about. I remember the last live stream I was wrapping up Camille's birthday gifts, like the camping gifts. The update is she was really, really happy. She yeah, sorry, Tyler. To a heavy hail, I'm not sure either. The thing is, I think in order to... I sort of have this thought sometimes about cars, about how, like, if a Canadian company designed a car, it would design a car that when you open the door, you wouldn't get soaked in. Like, you wouldn't be soaking the... What was it I was thinking about? I was thinking about it this winter. Yeah, you know how like on cars the door comes up into the roof. If a Canadian company designed a car, the roof would come down and the door, kind of like old stuff. Remember on like late 70s era Suburbans, how they had that little lip over the doors? A Canadian company would never discontinue stuff like that, And so I feel that for solar panels, there's got to be something similar. Like if you're going to design something that will be used in the frozen north, it has to be hail-proof. And I don't know what the hail-proofness of those panels would be. But it is something you kind of got to think about in a country where hail is not a rarity, Now, thing is, there's hail and then there's hail, right? I mean, everyone's seen a car get wrecked by massive hail. There's not much you can do about that. But like you would have to design your panels to be able to withstand like standard hail at least, because that's the stuff that happens every winter, or every late fall or early spring. Yeah, rain gutter. Is that what it was called? That little lip on the Suburban? Yeah. But yeah. Like, I just feel... The only bona fide Canadian car, though, was the Bricklin. And it didn't have those either, right? In fact, it took 5 seconds for that gull-wing door to open. So if you got caught in the rain, you were soaked by the time that door was open. Message retracted. I bet you that was just a typo or something. Dr. Sharp, where do you live again? Are you up north or are you in like a major city? Oh, Paul, you posted a video today? All right. I will definitely check that out. And if you get back, that's great. Ah! Dauber's here. We were just asking. No, I'm not rambling. I don't ramble. I never ramble. Okay? I don't ramble. I ramble. But not all the time. Southern Illinois. Yeah, you get some weather down there. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Whether there's like... You know, like sometimes you get big golf ball sized hail. That's a rarity, but it does sometimes happen. Uh-oh, hold on. Are we at 2 now? Yeah, Dauber's here. But unfortunately, Dauber, Simo is not here. So you just can't take over my channel. Sorry, buddy. We're at 2? Okay. Do I know the difference between beer nuts and deer nuts? Yes. Yes, I do. I think. Beer nuts are tasty. Deer nuts, I really wouldn't know. I really wouldn't know. Am I losing my signal? No, I think I'm okay. I'm okay. Deer nuts and moose knuckles are related. You guys have been talking about haversacks? Here's the thing. The reason I wanted Outdoor Dauber on last week is because he was talking... oh no. Is because he was talking about haversacks to me at one point as well. And what I was thinking of doing maybe next week is there's a couple of you guys who are haversack guys. And, man, Tyler's on fire tonight. And I was wondering, how much interest would there be if I had 3... outdoor. That... Okay. Is that how it's gonna be? Okay. Okay. We're gonna get past that. We're gonna get past this, okay? What I was wondering about is maybe doing one of these as a yeah, he did. He totally knocked it out of the park. Okay, stop. Oh, have I locked up? Rats. Where was I? So I was thinking, but I haven't really talked to any of the guys about this yet, but I was wondering if that may... Can we just forget the last 3 seconds ever happened? I'll try that again. Oh, outdoor, okay. I was wondering if there'd be interest if I had a closed, not closed, but if I had like 3 specific guests on a Google chat for the next live stream. I mean, you know, you guys could still type in and stuff. But like with the live streams, you can only have up to 6 people. I would want to lock it down to like a few, like the haversack guys who could talk, you know, and the rest of us could like, I mean, I would obviously be in on that conversation, like asking questions and stuff, but it would be real specific, real targeted. Because here's the thing, like I tried to do a couple of those. I used to do them back in the day, but I stopped because they always ended up getting derailed, and we always ended up, you know, discussing, you know, semi-automatic firearms and stuff, because there was a couple of people who used to come on and derail the convo and get really political and stuff. So I just stopped doing it. But I want to talk about haversacks because I've not done the haversack thing before, and a couple of you guys are really into them. And I just think it might be an interesting conversation, like have a panel discussion that we could, you know, you guys can listen in on. I was thinking outdoor, Tyler if he's into it, and Paul, are you still here? Are you a haversack guy? I don't remember. I think I've talked about havers with you before. So like 4 guys yapping about haversacks, you guys asking questions or you know, bouncing ideas around. Anyone interested? Because I'm okay just continually doing it this way and having the conversation in the chat. I'm fine with that. But if there's interest in watching and interacting with like 4 of us instead of just 1, see if it works. I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, Tyler would be in with it, into it, in on it. Tyler would be down. Yeah. I think it might be interesting. Zach, if you had a webcam. Zach, what are you watching on? Are you on a computer or are you on a phone? Uh-oh. My buddy Eric. He said he wanted to be here, but he had to fix something. No, Tyler, that's not what I'm talking about. Hold on, I just want to see what... Okay, you got a desktop. Winders, it would be like... have you ever done a Google Hangout, Winders? Because what it would be is, you know, you guys would see the screen with... actually, Winders, you do haversacks too, don't you? You know, you'd see people talking, right? And there would be like 4 guys or 5 or whatever in the I don't know why I'm doing this, but like down in the corner, you'd see a bunch of avatars, and then as someone speaks, he shows up on screen. No, Andres, you don't do the haversack thing? Okay. But like, it would still be at my channel because I would be hosting the live stream. Every time I got it to work, it was almost by fluke, so I would have to like do a practice run at some point in the week, you know? Because Zach, I was going to say, you know, if you have a phone like I'm using, you can do it, you know? You watch on your phone. Have never done Google Hangouts or whatever and don't know if I'm technologically savvy enough. Outdoor, challenge accepted. Even if you don't want to do it, we're going to Google Hangout at some point this upcoming week just to see if it can... So, oh, you do Civil War haversacks. Winders, are you the one who was telling me about... Because I always... Like, I keep thinking about that Hidden Woodsman one where you can roll up your blanket and strap it onto the bottom, and I've always been like, that's so cool. But were you the one who was saying that the Civil War ones, you would wrap your blanket around the strap, or you would attach it to the strap somehow? Was that you? Dr. Sharp's done Civil War haversacks as well. I'm gonna look up Civil War haversacks. I'm gonna look up Civil War haversack. Like now. I'm gonna look it up right now. You know, it's funny because since that conversation we had, I think it was 2 live streams ago where we were talking about that canvas British haversack that I used to have, I've been kind of like, maybe I should get one of those just as my day-to-day sack. I miss that thing. Civil War haversack. I'm just taking it for granted we're talking about the U.S. Civil War, not the English Civil War. Because of course we are. Stupid thing to say. Almost bought a haversack at the Gettysburg Visitor Center this summer. Not a reproduction or anything special, but a good bag. Like a bedroll, basically. Okay. Okay, so Wonders, you're not actually attaching it to the bag. It's just you're tying the two ends and throwing it over your shoulder. Oh, excuse me, outdoor, Mr. Busy. Haversack, black, tarred, import. That's not what I'm looking for. What was a haversack used in the Civil War? Yeah, but I want to see one. Civil War. Do any of these look like the haversacks, the Civil War haversacks? This one up here is tarred. Actually, for those of you guys who did Civil War haversacks, wait. You attach it to the bag, you just roll it up one way so it's narrower. Yeah, okay. Bottom left corner. Oh no! Now I've just shown you guys what my daughter likes to look at. That one there? Or, oh, because it's reversed, right? That one there? Okay, so any of those. Outdoor Dauber says he's going to be tent camping with the Scouts this weekend. Nice. Nice. I'm thinking, I haven't broached the subject with the missus yet, or with Camille, because she doesn't even know these exist, but I'm thinking of maybe putting Camille in the Scouts. No, I'm thinking of maybe offering Camille the Scouts as an option. The first one I pointed is what you're looking for. I think you can make that. You know, that's the beauty of like Civil War era stuff, or even World War I era stuff, is that you can make it. Because it's not high tech. I mean, for the time it was all high tech, but compared to the stuff that gets made for today's soldiers or whatever, you can make this stuff if you got a good sewing machine. You know, because it's all these classic fabrics, time-honored designs that don't take a, you know, like super high-tech factory to make. So yeah, if you're gonna make one, I say do it. Oh, it even says on here, this style of haversack was typically used by Confederates. The canvas black tarred haversack was standard U.S. issue. Okay, so in fact it says here, typically Confederate, typically Confederate, typically Confederate. That was the North. The tarred one was U.S. Yeah, outdoor. Your finished gas mask bag is what made me think that I would love to do like a Google Hangout with a couple of guys who know their haversack stuff and have that as a live stream at one point. I'm not saying next week. I'm saying would like some of you guys be interested in doing it, and we can plan for at some point before the end of the summer trying it, you know. And the only reason why I want to do it as a closed group is because I want to see if it's any good. I want to avoid the problem I had with a certain person who is not here, certain two people who are not here right now, coming on and derailing my conversations. You know, I want to see, and if it works, then I'd say, you know, open it up to any of you guys who are like maybe someone is a knife expert. So if I'm doing knives one week, have someone who's a knife expert on. If someone knows a lot about cook sets, have one week about, you know, and have that, you know, those people on. You know, I think it'd be cool to, especially if like all of you guys can eventually come on, I think that would be cool, man. Yeah, Simon, I don't know where he is. Dutch bread bag, yeah, I've seen those before. They're really cool too. The thing I like about haversacks is that they appeal to my love of simplicity. Even a haversack with like 3 or 4 pockets isn't generally full of molly and extra bags, you know, and I don't know, a hydration system. Do you know what I'm saying? Like a haversack, I love the wait. A small compartment for the compass, I think, would be a good, because my compass is not one that closes. Hold on. Let me see if I got it here. My compass. Hold on. Where's my goddamn compass? Many batteries. Yeah. You have a Swiss bread bag. Zach, Simone could talk about his compact. Isn't it just 2 Band-Aids? Nice. Scott has a nutsack. Yeah, I got one of those too. I figured, you know, may as well give it a try. See if it works. I'm happy with mine. It might. Here's mine. Sunto M3. Because it's real simple. I don't have to worry about, you know, anything. So there it is. But here's the thing. Now I kind of feel like I would like to make a little like leather pouch for it or something to just to protect it, you know. This is a Northern Hemisphere one, for obvious reasons. It's got a little key so that you can adjust the declination on it. It's a nice little... Here's a funny thing, eh? I was having this conversation with my buddy Robin. We were out where we work. There's a little wetlands for now. Some smart yammer's going to develop the crap out of it probably, but we were both... Ow, piss on a biscuit. Oh, there's a vice right here. Oh. We were both in cadets. I was in the air cadets and he was in the Army cadets. And like, in some ways, cadethood was wasted on both of us as teenagers. Because like when we were doing orienteering, I was like hanging at the back of the group and I wasn't paying attention and stuff. And you know what? Hey, Rush Creek's here. How's it going? Yeah, I think a leather pouch would be a great little project. I want to build up an affordable and very basic leatherworking kit, so that I can do things like maybe axe masks, a knife sheath for that that puko I'm working on. Excuse me, guys. And a little like compass sheath, compass bag, little leather envelope-y thing. Pouch. USGI compass pouch. I'm gonna look it up. But anyways, like, so my buddy Robin and I were walking through the wetland near work, and we both had the exact same thought, like at almost the same time, that I wish I had paid more attention in orienteering as a cadet. But as a cadet, I was like 16, right? I was all like teenage hormones. I was teenage disinterest. I was self-centered, and I was hanging at the back because I was like doing the orienteering weekend because I had to. And now I'm like, are you kidding me? If you give me that chance again, I'm going to be at the front. I'm going to be looking over the instructor's shoulder. I'm going to be pestering them with questions because now I know. Do you know what I'm saying? Now I feel the forest the way, as an angry, freaking teenager, I didn't feel anything but anger, you know? So it's just, it's a regret. And I try to reduce the regrets, you know? I really try not to regret much because I can't take anything back. I'm looking up the USGI compass pouch. Oh yeah, okay, I see it. Wow, that's a World War II one. Here's one, okay. So it's just a little canvas, like an envelope thing. Amazon Smile, what? No, that's Amazon.com. But I would like to make a little leather one like that, you know? Oh, excuse me. And yeah, so I want to really up my orienteering skills. I'll probably do that next summer because I'm running out of summer now. And I'm running out of summer because it's just another year where stuff around the house keeps eating up all my weekends, you know? But hey, I got the fence built. Just taking a look here. How many of you guys use it, like, how many of you guys have your, like, cook kit centered around a canteen instead of like a water bottle? Yeah, Rush Creek, you know, for a long time, I would hit the forest on a semi-regular basis so that I wouldn't have to pay for therapy. And it's been a good, like, 15 or 18 years that I just haven't been able to get into the forest as often as possible. So I've always got this, like, undercurrent of, like, real anger going on. You know, I try to not let it get out of hand or anything. Well, out of hand. I'm not like a violent, angry guy or anything, but I try not to let it come out, but sometimes I'm just not great company, you know? Dr. Sharp, I did finish the top of the fence. I also had to go in and put some 1x3 on the back of the fence and like just attach, like right down the center of each panel, because I made them really long. They're like 9-foot panels, and so the cedar was starting to, like, the boards were starting to buckle and everything, so I just put a little 1x, straighten them all back out. Tyler's cook kit is centered around a bush pot. Yeah, you guys have seen my mine's not a bush pot, mine's a Moore's pot, right? I think this is the smaller of the two. I wish that the bush pot, that the Moore's pot was graduated, you know, 750 mil. I think it's a 1 liter, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, this is the center of my cook kit right here. What I like about the canteen kits, you know, like Joe Robinette, you know, he's got that really expensive heavy cover titanium canteen because it's light as hell. Stop yawning. The reason I'm asking is because the nice thing about a cat, I'm gonna start that whole thing again. The reason I'm asking is because the nice thing about a canteen kit is they just boom, you know, you can stick it on your belt or a strap, you know, wear it almost like a little almost like a little haversack, you know, and it takes up no room. Whereas my Morris pot definitely takes up some room. I'm not really going to be spending a lot of money replacing stuff that works, though. But yeah, one thing I like about a bush pot idea is, you know, you put your water bottle inside, you put your, you know, everything just goes inside, you know. Tyler, man, if you could get to Canada, we could do some. I would even just go to a campsite, because you can go hiking and you can actually hang in the bush all day, you know. I wonder how far. I wonder if I could make a Michigan weekend, like in the fall or something. That's the wrong number. This isn't my. I'm just looking up how far away Michigan is. Oh, Dr. Sharp, that sounds like heaven. Well, MSI pots with a stove inside. We have an MSI pot system too. I don't know if I can really get away with scheming yet. We had a massive financial disaster befall us. No. We got massively taken on some yard work that we now have to fix, which is going to cost us even more. Did I tell you guys about this? About our yard disaster? Did I mention this at all? I'm going to wait until you guys answer before I bore you with all the details. Thing is, I think because we've only got one car now, I probably couldn't drive to Michigan. I don't even know how long a drive it is anyway. Okay, so here's what happened. In the backyard, we always had this problem with like a section of our yard turning into a lake after every storm. So we had a guy come and take a look. Our plan was to just dig a trench, put a French drain, put a little dry well in the back corner. Let me see here. Do I have a pencil? Do I have a pencil? I have a pencil. Do I have a piece of wood? I have a piece of wood. Okay. So, if this is our yard, it's not really just a square, but I'm just saying, well, okay, here, this was our garden, which came like this, actually. Here's our garage. Okay, the garden came like this. This is where I put the fence this year. Solarium steps up to, anyway, whatever. So our idea was to put a dry well here and a French drain along here, okay? Dry well, French drain, so that it would catch the rain and put it into the dry well. It's like, sure thing, mon homme. Très facile, 600 piastres. Sure thing, buddy. Simple job, $600. We're like, yeah, man. I'm just making sure you're going to, I can never remember what that event is pronounced as. So, we did that. As time went on and like we were at work, it went from that to, oh man, it's not going to work because of all the clay in your yard, which is true. Which is true. We should have told him. So it ended up being pipes all the way like this, all the way up to here, with 8 tons of gravel under the ground here. So our $600 job became a $3,000 job. And we didn't have it. We didn't have it. I had to scramble. She had to scramble. We got the money together. And we're so angry at ourselves. No, we're both angry at me because I'm the one who said, oh, God, okay, go for it. Because the yard was all dug up. What was I going to say? Fill it in? You know, so we spent some extra money that we didn't really have at the time. And we've been spending money since. And we're not poor. It's just we hadn't planned on this, you know? So I don't want to like start planning to throw a lot of money at a trip in fall, but I would really like to outvine. Oh, I suddenly saw how the word you spells outvine. How come I didn't see that before? Outdoor, what's this link you're showing? For those of you who don't know, if you're wondering why he can post links and you guys can't, I made him a moderator. Oh, that's what you use. And you said you use that for your fire kit? You got boonie hat. They got boonie hats. Interesting. Very interesting. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, I wonder if I could work out either fall or maybe next spring, because I don't want to do winter camping anymore. I'm too old for it now. You know, I had this crazy idea of taking Camille winter camping one weekend this winter, but I guess Camille's still awake. Did you guys hear that? But anyways, oh yeah, okay, so I'm telling you about this guy. So, where's my word? Where's my word? Where's my wood? Okay, so in this semicircular part of the garden here, the madame had planted many expensive varieties, like, you know, heirloom seeds and stuff. And we had all these pavers that I had in a stack here, because they were only going to be digging there. When they had to dig all here, they just threw them all right into her garden. And like, just garoché, you know, just threw them. Huge pile, like my organized pile was... So the missus was like, okay. And then, as they were, you know, closing everything up and backing their little tractor out, they blew off the bottom step that I had built when I had my dad come and help me build the back deck. I'm just making sure. Rothstein, yeah, it was expensive, but it sounds like it worked. So, blew my bottom step off. Instead of just spending $30 on a board of cedar so I could repair it, he said, "No problem, mon ami. Check. Do you have a drill?" Do I have a drill? Yeah, of course I have a drill. Took the boards off, flipped them around, put them back down. Look, good as new. No one will ever notice. Of course, I hadn't painted the bottom of the board he flipped over, right? And like, his job of flattening out my yard was a subpar. Because the way you do it, so that when you dig that deep and you put the earth down, that earth spends a good year settling, so you end up with like these ditches all around your yard. The way to avoid that is, as you're filling it in, every foot or every couple of feet or whatever, you douse it with a hose so that it compacts right away. And that way, as you put it up, there's no surprises at the end of the year. You know, when you get it flat, it stays flat. And of course, he didn't do that. You know, outdoor no was me, and like, he didn't do that, so I've been dealing with. Anyways, there's another guy coming who, for another grand and a bit, is going to fix this. I've been sort of piling earth and, you know, dousing it with the hose and sort of getting it to mitigate. But anyway. Yeah. So what I did was, because when he was digging and stuff, a couple of neighbors came over because they had similar problems, and he was passing out business cards and stuff. And when they came to ask me afterwards, two things, two ways I dealt with this. And here's the thing: even with everything, if he had gone and bought a piece of cedar and handed it to me and said, "I'm sorry about your deck," I might have still said to the other people, "Look, he'll come, he'll do the work, keep an eye on him, and make him justify any cost increases." But because he blasted my step apart and just flipped it over, and to me that says he's not a real craftsman, right? So when they came over and asked, I said it would be my pleasure to suggest that you go with anyone else, anyone but him. Second, he forgot this. This is a better tape than any tape I have by far. Okay? It's got his initials on it. He knows where he left it, and he hasn't come back for it. So I like using this tape. I like using it and thinking of the guy who wrecked my yard, but at least didn't get to take his tape home. Hold on. Is someone at the door? No, they're upstairs. They're still upstairs. It's a nice tape. It ain't a $3,000 tape. Well, I guess it is a $3,000 tape, actually. The big rocks, no, I had removed the big rocks already. I've been removing rocks from that yard since we bought this place, what, 4 years ago now? I don't know what to do with them. My mother-in-law wants them for her escarpment, but I don't know how we're going to get them there. A couple of those rocks were epically heavy, you know. And right now they're all just lying in the, well, they're up against the wall in the driveway. My dad took, you know what, hold on, let me go back and make sure I'm not missing too much. Altoids fire and steel kit in one side pocket, tea kit in the other, birch bark, fat wood, etc. in the main part. Okay. Oh, and they're $8 at gun shows. Here's what I think. I think I should have Outdoor Dauber buy half of my kit from here on in. He gets these like, oh yeah, this was $2. What is it? Something cool. It's like, shit, dude. Shoot, dude. Reduce their bill by the damages done. That's what I should have done, man. I should have. And what's frustrating is we have vetted everyone who works on this place so much, but we just thought that because it was a small job just this one time, you know, we got to go off of KGG, and no, we're going right back to, you know, three bids kind of thing. Zach's dad took out a wall in his workshop. The guy who put it in used all drywall scraps and an entire bucket of screws. That would frustrate me something fierce. Yeah, Dr. Sharp. I think. Well, I've already got it pretty. It's pretty well done at this point. You know, it was a big job. That's for damn sure. I'm keeping a couple of cedar shingles up here for if I need to like wedge something. I just use, you know. We did that when we were thickness planing the legs, like to make sure that we had the legs, like we put them vertical, but to make sure they weren't like getting raqué or anything, and to make sure that they were all the same, we put them into a sled that we made, and then used the cedar shingles as wedges to make it nice and tight, send it through. Because we're a couple of geniuses. Robin's a genius. He's the one who came up with the concept. He's a real problem solver, that guy. So yeah, for my live stream, guys, just pay whatever you want and I'll send you one. link below the link below the video screen window stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what I'm saying. But yeah, Dauber, that's a good idea for a fire kit. I ordered two of the discontinued patches from the Hidden Woodsman this week. His fire kit pouch and something else. Because there are two designs that he's changing, so it's like he's getting rid of the old stock. Oh, Zach, this sounds worse by the second. It was garbage. And Tyler, I think it is. Like, you can send US dollars or you can send whatever you want. It's probably better for you if you just send US dollars, because I think that way I'll be the one who takes the hit for the conversion. But at this kind of dollar value, I don't care. You know, it's not going to be like $1 off or anything. You know. But yeah, I think like it will show up in my account as US dollars and be converted to Canadian. Then I think I can choose whether to export, whether to transfer to my bank account as US or Canadian. But I no longer have a US bank account, a US dollar bank account. You know. Yeah, Tyler, the reason I had said originally like 250 Canadian or American or euros or £2 is because that way it would absorb the difference in shipping between sending a letter or an envelope to Canada or the US or the UK or Europe. You know, because it's ridiculous how much more it is to send just an envelope to the US than to Canada. Even though there's a piece of paper inside. You know, it's like 52 cents to 88 cents or $1.10 or something. Like, why? Why? It's an envelope with a paper inside. You know? Yeah, Outdoor, the price includes mailing. Whatever you decide to send, that'll include mailing. My original price is like $2.50 including mailing, $3 including mailing, whatever. It's just simpler that way. I don't want to be tacking on blah, blah, blah. And I'm not trying to make a mint off of these things, you know? I am hoping that my merch does better than it has been doing, because I realize I have to replace this computer. I did a video with Simon weeks ago. And it's another long one like the EDC video, and it just keeps choking my computer, you know? Yeah, Tyler, those imaginary lines piss me off sometimes, you know? Yeah, I got to replace this computer. And, you know, YouTube is no longer paying me to do this. So... but like I've still got gigs coming up too, so it's not like I have to depend purely on YouTube and money. At least I think I got gigs. The pubs haven't gotten back to us about fall yet. That's pretty late. It's a little late. Kind of late. And it's funny because we've gotten hired for more corporate gigs and stuff, which are way higher paying but way less fun. Tyler, I think I can send like... I can probably send a sheet's worth. You know? Here's something funny though. I made these 3 inches, right? Because I figured that 3 inches I can fit into a regular sized envelope. But I didn't really test that before ordering a bunch of them, you know? We're gonna see. We're gonna see. It's funny, Tyler, that note about imaginary lines, Because I think I told you guys about that town that's like directly on the U.S.-Canadian border. Like I mean, it's two towns, but they've grown together, and how like on one side the accent is completely different, even though they live right next to each other. I found that really interesting. Yeah, it's 6 to a sheet. I found that really interesting, you know, because there's a piece of I think the bottom of it, Vancouver Island, or one of the islands over there. It's just like the last little chunk of it is in the U.S. You know, like they have no connection to the U.S. mainland. They've all got dual cash registers, same as this town I was talking about. Different accent. There's even here in Quebec. Well, it's not in Quebec. Off the Canadian coast, there are two islands called Saint-Pierre and Miquelon. And Saint-Pierre and Miquelon are French territory. They were not ceded to the British when the treaty was signed, whatever, hundreds of years ago, purely because they got forgotten, I think. But they sound French. They don't sound Quebecois. You know, even though they are surrounded by Canadian waters. Like there's a channel to international water that surrounds them. But all of the land near them is French Canadian. So, you know, Quebecois and stuff. But they sound French. So obviously, like, you know, you pick up an accent in school. And I kind of know this because when I was in school, you know, in Manitoba, you know, I ended up with sort of that Euro accent that Anglos who go to French school end up with. Because, you know, the teachers are all Belgian and French and stuff. And it took me a long time to excise that from my way of talking. But Anthony, the stickers are they're paper. I looked at vinyl, and I may do that actually. It's just they're a bit of an upcharge, you know, and I don't know how much interest there would be. But I'd kind of like to have a vinyl sticker, put it across my base or something. But yeah, so it was funny that you said imaginary line, because I feel that the line is imaginary too. But there are a lot of people who have an interest in making it less imaginary, you know? And it's funny how you can be surrounded by another country that way and still maintain you're like, no, I am French, I am French, I am American, I am, you know, whatever. All these little tiny islands of a nation surrounded by other nations. It's like, it's interesting, man. It's really interesting. Huh. It's funny because tonight my wife and the daughter were going to watch something, and then the wife and I were supposed to watch a movie, and I said, if you don't fall asleep, come and knock on that door when your movie's over, and I'll come upstairs, I'll cut it short. At the very beginning, when there was no one watching, I think I said that this may be a short one because of that. But, you know, maybe she fell asleep. Mayhaps. I'm disappointed Mike Morton didn't come because I cracked an Ontario beer in his honor. That's okay. I'm not going to take it personal or nothing. What am I looking at here? Oh, I see. I know what that is. Just close that. Yeah, I would like to get vinyl too. It's funny, I have a couple of vinyl stickers from Mullins Axe Works, and I had one up on my my car window, and it was one of those that goes on the outside, and a Canadian winter just wrecked that sticker completely. You know, Tyler, good man. Just put your address in the PayPal, and I'll send them out. I'll show you the Mullins Axe Works sticker. I have to go and get it. I'll be right back. Oracal, intermediate cal. So it's one of these where you put it on the sticker, you put it on the window or whatever, right? Like you peel the backing off, you put it on, you like whatever this is in English, you know, you rub it on, and then you peel it off, and it just leaves the letters and stuff on the window. Instead of like a big square that's just got printing, it just leaves only those on the window. So that lasted a quarter of a Montreal winter, you know. But yeah, these stickers are phase 1. As I said in my video, these ones are RCAF blue. When my Patreon is kind of dormant right now, but when I kick it back into life, I'm gonna revisit what color. I have this idea of like having 2 or 3 colors of this for, you know, patches and stuff. Like maybe stickers are the Air Force blue, the patches are coyote or something. But when I kick my Patreon into life, I'll let the patrons vote on which colors to stick with. Right now it's kind of dormant because I don't have the energy to. I'm trying to get my blog happening on a semi-regular basis, getting some stickers. I'd like to get some patches, you know. I mentioned earlier that I just put up a blog post this week that actually isn't doing too badly. It was a review of my gloves. Let me see, hold on. Hoping to get to Quebec next fall. Girardville. Where is that? Girardville! C'est où ça? Attends 2 secondes. Je vais le chercher. Girardville. Girardville, Quebec. Located in the regional county municipality of Maria-Chapdelaine. Whoa! The municipality had a population of 1,100 in the Canada 2011 census. Hold on. Yes, RCAF is Royal Canadian Air Force blue. Simon he's out of town. I don't remember where he is, but more about Girardville, Quebec. But what I'm looking for is, how far is it from Montreal? Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. I know where that is. That's kind of near where, hold on. My bandmates are texting each other madly, and I'm just going to mute the conversation, because really... Ding. There. Okay. That's a 6-hour drive from Montreal. That's in the Boreal Forest. Ding! It's up in the Saguenay. It's gorgeous up there. It is absolutely gorgeous. Sort of like a Lac Saint Jean. It's a little north of Lac Saint Jean. But yeah, I was up there. Well, when I did the camping video recently, we were in that area, just a little further south. That's not in the Saguenay Fjord, but you've got to spend at least a day kicking around the Saguenay Fjord. Like literally, it's 165 kilometers of fjord, 100 kilometers of which are salt water, because it opens up into the St. Lawrence. What's it called where a river opens up into a bay or an ocean? I'm not great with the words right now, but Whoops. Whoops. Okay. Girardville. Saguenay. There's the Saguenay Fjord. There's the St. Lawrence. Right, this is all salt water here. This is Gaspésie here. Zach Fudge. You think Fudge forgot? No, it's very good. Yeah, if you drive through Montreal on your way up there, we are having a drink at least. It's not. Is that? I thought a delta was more like a triangle shape. Anyways, whatever. It's where the, you know. Well, the Seaway is something very specific. The St. Lawrence Seaway is specifically the part that is open to tanker traffic. So it comes all the way down. They had to dredge out part of the river down sort of more around the Montreal area to make the Seaway go all the way to the Great Lakes. Dude, it's gorgeous up there. You're never going to want to go home. The boreal forest is something so specific and so much more magical than any forest I've ever been in. And I've been in BC. Okay, maybe it's not more magical than that, but it is. I'd put it up against the BC rainforest or the coastal forest. Like, you don't have like redwoods like you do, you know, in Northern California. Is it Northern California where they have the redwood forest? You don't have that. But it's just, it's wild. It's magical. Like, just walking through there, I feel like Ray Mears. I haven't even sparked a fire yet. And I feel like I should, like, walk up to the camera and say, here's a little fact about this and that. It's fantastic. And then walk out of frame. You know? Full on Ray Mears. Dr. Sharp underbrush in the boreal. It's different than down here, you know, because it's all sort of more northern species of plants, you know. So you've got some ferns and stuff, but there's the black spruce, I think it's called, which has real like small needles, right? Like dense, small, and it spreads interestingly because it spreads the usual way, but it also, like, branches or whatever grow, you know, hit the ground and they grow into the ground and then bring up shoots, which is why, like, you'll see a black spruce surrounded by other black spruces because, you know, the branches went into the ground, grew underground, and then poof, came up as other trees. Oh, excuse me. That's all really cool stuff. And, like, you got, well, I mean, obviously there's a lot of moose and stuff up there, but you gotta, like, as a Canadian, it's embarrassing to say this, but I had never actually seen a loon or heard a loon before, you know. But there's a lot of them in the boreal forest, let me tell you. We have them down here too. It's just I never came across one before, you know. I better practice? Okay. Well, I'm going to practice my my Ray Mears. But the accent's going to be wrong. Now, they've got these black spruces that grow into the ground and then come back up. It's fantastic. But now I feel like I got to bake bread in the forest or something, you know? By the way, Outdoor, I knew what you were doing there. I'd call you a great big jerk, but I just don't have the energy to use that many words. Outdoor keeps trying to take over my channel. Simone keeps trying to take over my channel. But they can't do it. They just can't do it. Because only I have the magic of the channel. The magic of the channel. Still smells like the campfire. I don't understand anyone who doesn't love the smell of a campfire. Like, you know, oh, you smell like smoke. I'm like, yeah, but I don't smell like nicotine smoke. Hey, that's a plus. I smell like a campfire, which is great memories. That's a plus. I don't smell like diesel fumes. That's a plus. And I don't smell like, I probably do smell like sweat, because let's face it, if you've been campfiring, you've been chopping. But anyways, whatever. Scott, oh yeah, when you were fishing in Ontario? Yeah, absolutely. Newfoundland has, oh yeah, juniper trees. That's so true. Are we back on the nutsack? Is that what's happening here? Are we back to the nutsacking? Un sac des nuts? That's not how you translate a nutsack. I wonder how you would translate nutsack. Camp stoves. Oh, I'm so glad I remembered this before ending the live stream. Camp stoves, guys. I've been assigned to buy a camp stove for when Camille and I are in the bush. And like when I was coming up, it was that Coleman thing that you attach the green bonbon to gas. The green gas bottle thing. And I'm seeing some Colemans. I'm seeing some Primus and a few other brands and stuff. And it's like something will get 5 4-star ratings and then 2 2-star ratings. I'm like, ugh. So is there a stove that's purchasable now that any of you guys are like, man, this was so rock solid and it cost me under $200? Let me know in the comments. In the chat, in the comments later when this is up. Drop me an email. I'm putting my email down right now. Because what I want is something, I don't need a push button. I don't mind starting with a match. But I need to be able to control, like, to bring my flame down to a simmer or bring it back up without it, like, you know, with some of them, you're sort of putting it down and it goes out. If any of you know of, like, a rock solid camp stove that ain't too expensive and that gives me that control, let me know and I'll buy it. Simo's here. Simo's here. LT's not here, but Simo's here. Comment ça va, monsieur? Je pensais que t'es out of town camping. No, you weren't camping. I thought you were, was it the bike? The Vélo Québec thing you were supposed to be with? I don't remember. Oh, Winders brought us right back full circle on the nutsack. Oh, and Outdoor thanked him for it. Okay. Yeah. Because the wife is of the opinion, and she's probably not wrong, that I should have a camp stove for like doing a quick meal. You know, Daddy, I'm hungry. Okay, I can fix that. You know? And I've never actually owned a camp stove. When I used to go camping a lot with my dad and my sister, my dad had one, but that was British Columbia. And over here, like, I would go camping, you know, with a little, like, and just do a fire or whatever. But when the missus and I went camping, we would borrow one. And when we went camping recently, well, oh my God, you guys saw, right? It came with a stove. That fancy campsite came with a stove. So, you know, outdoor for neither, like a straight up unfold camp stove, 2-burner, you know, like the classic design. I mean, we're going car camping, so I don't have to be able to pack it small, you know. Let me show you what I'm going to put a link to the 2 sites that I've been looking at these things, okay? I don't know why I just did that. Camping, tents and shelters, air mattresses, sleeping bags, camp furniture, camp stoves, and cooking. Boom, right? Is this it? This is it. So here's one place. Wait. Live dash, okay. So here's one page full of stoves that I've been looking at. I'm not showing you guys because I want you guys to know what Canadian Tire is. It's just, this is where I was looking. These are the stoves. You know. Where? Stoves, fuel, and fire. Stoves, fuel, and fire. What? Mech, our site is temporarily unavailable? While we patch things up, you can still call to place an order by phone or connect through Twitter or Facebook. What? 502 message. How can you do this to me, Mech? That was where all the more interesting stoves were. Yeah, 2-burner, yeah. I remember when I was a kid having that Coleman stove where you would put, what was it, naphtha or something in that little thing and you'd have to pump it. Do you guys remember that? We had a lantern that you had to that you had to pump as well. Probably unsafe as hell, but I miss those things. I miss... Uh-oh. My stream has gone orange. Let me know if I'm dropping out, okay? A new Coleman dual fuel 2-burner for $130 a few months ago. I could do $130. Hey Anthony, that's the kind you're still using? Yeah, a white gas, right? Yeah. But like, it's funny because I was having this conversation today with my buddy Robin about like watching stuff that I loved as a kid. I had this feeling lately that I really have to watch Neverending Story again. And Robin was like, it wasn't good, man. And I realized that the reason I want to watch it is not because I think it was a good movie, but because I want to recapture what life was like at that point. And the feeling I got when I first watched Star Wars in 1977, okay, aside from mind blown, I continually try to recapture. Every time I start a movie that starts with the word Star Wars, I'm trying to like feel that thing again, and it never happens, you know, because you can never watch a movie for the first time again, you know. And I feel the same way about a lot of the stuff that I use, camping related, especially like those stoves where you had to pump, or the lantern pump. It's like, I have really good memories of that because I was a kid and it was exciting to be in the forest. It's still exciting to be in a forest, but I can never recapture what that feeling was. And you know, when my dad finally let me do the pumping, and it was still another year or two before he let me actually throw the match in, but like... And so I have this like nostalgic attraction to the old school ways of doing things, even though modern ways are demonstrably more efficient. I don't care. I don't do bushcraft for efficiency. Dude, it takes me forever to start a fire, but I'm happy while I'm doing it. I like the pageantry of starting a fire with with a rock and a piece of steel instead of, you know, a storm match or a hurricane lighter or something, you know, or a lighter, whatever. But you know, so it's like when I saw that they were still making that stuff they had to pump, I was like, I'm buying it, and I was like, no, don't buy it. You'll never be forgiven if you buy it. You know. Yeah, Paul, if you find that link, I would like to see it. Well, you've got the 3-burner, Anthony. Yeah, that's It's a little too big. Amazon's URLs are too long. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. The missus and I are spectacularly non-unanimous about stuff like that as well. Like, I would love some camp lanterns, you know, with gas. You know, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? If it's not the straight up oil with the wick, because again, that's where my memories are. And she's like, "There's no way, I don't want to die in a conflagration," you know. So, you know, to her, you know, the lanterns have to be electrical or you know, battery powered or whatever. But you know, Zach, hopefully JJ can save it. Maybe. Dual fuel runs on white gas or car gas. $1.50 a liter versus $10 a liter for white gas. Good point. Good point. Yeah. Because I better get on that, because we're leaving, you know, at the end of this month. You know. Let's take a look. The jet engine sound puts you to sleep. Yeah. At the camp, at hunt camp, we use those lanterns. At Lee Valley, you guys, well, Lee Valley will sell to any of you guys because they sell anywhere in the world. There's a Welsh miner's lantern that I would love to have because it's an oil lantern with a wick in it. I think that would cast a really nice light. Would I like to borrow your stove? I might actually, just to make it easier. But like, I've been assigned to buy one because to build up the camping stuff. But I may just, oh, Paul sent me. Like, it might be worth it to just borrow that one for now, just to hold on. I'm gonna take a look at the stove that. Oh yeah, that fold and go thing. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. And that folds up small. But it doesn't have like, the reason I didn't buy it immediately, because it kind of appeals to my sense of like, wow, I like new tech kind of thing. But the reason I didn't buy it immediately was because of the lack of wind baffles. But it still might be, man, I love the portability. That's the thing I could say, Camille, grab the stove out of the back of the car and bring it over, you know? And that's worthwhile. What are the reviews like? But here's like something by a company called Martin. Two burner propane stove, 20,000 BTU for like $69. It's like at $69, even if it's not great, who the hell cares? You know, we'll use it for a couple of trips and then, you know, move out kind of thing. Coleman's got a lot of stuff out, man. Oh, excuse me. I gotta stop with the yawning, man. It's just rude. Oh, you got the Coleman Peak, that little, yeah, that's the single. Yeah. Oh, it's 11, but Simone's only been on for like 6 minutes. Tell you what, we'll keep it going for 15 more minutes. 11:15, Simone, 11:15 is a deal. We cut this thing down. Somewhere around here I've got like a really small stove. But I've organized everything, so now... Oh. No, I've already shown you guys that. what I'm trying to do is train myself to always put stuff away now that once I've taken it out, because now that this workshop is actually organized, I don't want to give that up, because I'm the type of guy who will like have some stuff and just throw it down on my desk and keep walking, and I've got to sort of train myself to not be that guy anymore, Let me take a look. Yeah, that's more like it. That's the typical old school Coleman. Yeah. Have any of you guys bought any of that Tom Shoe stuff? I think it's a Chinese company. It's like they make... It almost looks like they make copies of like other companies' stuff, but using actual titanium and lightweight aluminium and stuff. Hamza's got a Tom Shoe titanium cup, I think. Like, the prices are unbeatable. I heard I listen to a lot of podcasts, okay? And there was one I was listening to about the gas stove. From its very beginnings, like 100 years ago, to like the US GI one burner gas stove from World War II, I think it was. And all the way up to the modern backpacking stuff. Because this podcast was kind of backpacker specific, hiker specific. But I found like the history of the gas stove to be really interesting. Hold on. Outdoors back. Hey, you're teaching your girlfriend firecraft on your day off tomorrow. Any suggestions? Yes. I would say start with ferro rod and char cloth. It's a great way to introduce them. The learning curve is a lot less than, say, ferro rod and natural tinder, or flint and steel. Maybe teach her how to put a good bird's nest together, right? So spark the char cloth, put it in, get it to flames, success. That's what I would do. Outdoor, one of the first things you bought off eBay, your stove, yeah. Excuse me. As usual, Simo is assigning tough tasks, I see. Good old tea. Man, last night I was gonna do another t-shirt design. I had so many plans for last night, and I just fell asleep at my computer and was like, forget about it. Outdoor. I see outdoor and Simo need to be put in opposite corners again. Wouldn't be a true Raindance Bushcraft live stream if those two weren't misbehaving. Simo, ever since our EDC episode, I look at this knife, the positioning of this knife, in a whole different way. Now it kind of bugs me. Birch bark, yeah. Cotton pads mixed, dipped in wax. Yeah, that's worked well for me too. Zach can handle Simon Forget, obviously. Yeah, okay, I'm caught up. Yep, that would be a good topic for next week. Because we've seen Simo's EDC, but we've never really asked everyone to list their EDC. Yeah, it's infuriating because like if I'm trying to cut an apple, I literally have to have the apple in and do it like, you know, this way, because it's just like it doesn't. Why did they do it that way? I know exactly why they did it that way, because it was the easiest way to mount that knife into that. I get it, I know, but it's still frustrating. Winders. Oh, you made a video, but it won't be up for a while? Okay. See, Zach? Simo's got you. Simo's got your back. People engage more with my blog. You know, if you like it, I think you can subscribe. I don't know how that works. Or just drop me an email. Let me know how you found it. Yeah, outdoor. You're right. It's not a knife specific design. It's a portable toolbox. I know. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I like this one because it's discontinued. It's an old model. It's the Fuse. But I do feel that. Oh, excuse me. I do feel that they've come a long way since this era. Uh-oh. I think I'm dropping the signal. Signal is weak again. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm so tired. I was gonna maybe try doing a t-shirt design tonight, but I think I'm just too bushed. My signal's dropping, eh? Anyway. I'm tired. How many of you guys use sleeping bag liners? By the way. Outdoor, really? You haven't heard bushed in a long time? I wonder if that's a Canadianism. Eh? Shut up, Jesse. Work is really, it's really stressful. There's a whole lot of stuff that I have to get done, like, quickly. So, I mean, I'm working my butt off. I was thinking because, like, the missus bought me an expensive sleeping bag and I bought Camille an expensive one, maybe I would, like, just, I don't know, sheets or pick up some liners from Mecca or something. Because then it's easier to clean and you're not getting, you know, the inside of a sleeping bag all danky. Okay, you send me some emails. Okay, I'll check them out right after. Maybe I'll just check them out. Hold on. Where's the email ash? Where's the email ash? Hold on a second here. No. Hold on. And suddenly, the mech page. Okay, what am I missing here? Oh, come on. Browser. There's a couple of emails. We'll. No, yeah, true. Trade in the sleeping bag for a little blanket. Yep, I got one of them's. Is my signal back yet? No, I'm not blaming it on the wife. I'm just saying, like, right here, it's funny because, I don't know if you can see, like, these boards. Yeah, you see those boards? There's, like, nothing between those boards and the floorboards above. And it's weird because it didn't used to creak that much before we had the floor completely, like, when they gutted the place and rebuilt it, we had them save all the floorboards and put them back in because we moved the kitchen around, so that didn't need to be boarded. You know, it was changing to tiles, but there was blah, blah, blah. But man, since they laid the floor in, it creaks like you wouldn't believe. I don't know. I don't get it. Okay, guys. Yeah, you're a bunch of really nice. But anyway, oh, we're at. So you guys, I'm gonna check the emails and messages you've been sending me, and I'll see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. No, I don't need to log into my PayPal. I need to log into my Gmail. You guys have been sending me emails, computer. You gotta work with me here. Do 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 do. Okay, we're at 11:15. I'm closing it down. I'm gonna go upstairs, see how the girls are doing. Probably crawl into the the hide-a-bed is out because they're watching movies. So I'm gonna maybe try and sneak in and just go to sleep with them. But what usually happens is I sneak in and Camille's like, I can't breathe between you, and the missus is like, get out of here. She can't breathe between us. This is girls' time. So I go upstairs. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week. And okay, why don't we put this out? What do you guys think? EDC next week? Everyone talk about their EDC? Is that a good one? Is that what we're gonna do? I'll try to find my pocket knife for next week. But yeah, If you guys think EDC next week is the way to go, then let's do it. Yes, let's do it. That's 2 votes for EDC or Haversack Kit. But because I would like to try doing the Google Hangout for Haversack Kit, maybe we can do that the week after so that we can get outdoor to learn how to Google Hangout. Or talk about nutsacks, of course. All right. Speak to you guys later. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a good night, you guys, and see you next week.